Alright, so I'm making a video addressing this, as I do think that it's very important to make a video on this. Originally, I wasn't, but I decided I wanted to kind of just speak about it. So, if you don't know, Ross from, I think he's called Accursed Farms, made a video about a I think it was a protest, or I think it was a movement called Stop Killing Games. And Stop Killing Games was a very good movement because basically what it done was um, it would make clarifying the legality of companies taking away games from you, games that you've purchased. Like, so that's basically going after consumer rights. So because when you buy something, you should be able to have it. And if you might remember this story, but there was a good example of this is that you might have heard the story. Ubisoft actually removed um, the game called The Crew from people's libraries. Straight up removed it. Straight up, Thanos snapped it from existence. Just like that, it went away, just whisked away. People had bought that game, and I think the reason why they done that was because they wanted people to play the new Crew, not the old one. So they basically just snapped it away. So in a flash, they just could snap it away, and that's a good example of how awful that is. Because when a lot of people play video games, it's a form of escapism, and having the comfort of knowing that you can at least have the comfort knowing that you can play the game in the future is nice and stuff like that, right? But it's not going to be very comforting if you can't play the game. If one day a game can just get whisked away, and that's why preservation is very important for video games. I've not really talked about preservation that much, but I'm going to talk about it now just for a second. Preservation in the video game industry is very important, especially cases like the Ubisoft one I just mentioned, where they removed the Crew. That's very important because not only does it, violate consumer rights, but it also violates, like, doesn't it violate it, but it does violate something, but get off track here. But basically, a presentation is very important because these games deserve to get preserved. Um, for example, games that are only online get shut down. Concord, which was a massive, flop, got shut down. And if people enjoyed that game, they just can't play it anymore. Even though they bought it, and it was like 40, I think. I think it was like £40 for it and stuff. But that's not for people who actually like Concord for it to get just shut down like that. Now, the main part of this video was that Stop Killing Games. Uh, there was a lot of people supporting it, obviously, but one of those YouTubers who wasn't supporting it, who spoke out against it, spoke negatively about it, was Pilot Software. Now, you might recognize this guy because this guy is really in some big controversy right now, and I think he just dug his holes himself. Basically, what he done was he made a video. He made I think he made multiple videos on stop killing games and why it's a bad movement or whatever. And then he said, I hope that I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of like, I'm not going to tell everybody about this. I'm going to make sure anybody I talk to about this doesn't support it, doesn't, like that. And it was very harsh because this is a good movement. But when you realise that he was actually a security dev at Blizzard and he's very I think he's very company oriented, then that's when you get to the problem of, oh wait, this guy is basically just saying that to save a company, I think. And then he'd been in controversy before as well. I'm pretty sure a small game dev used a clip, not even in the game, just like a clip of what he would sound like, what a character would sound like in this game. I think if it was voiced by Pet Software, if this wasn't even in the game, this was if, and he said then I think he sent he tried to sue the guy because he used it in a video that wasn't even, and used it, and he used his voice, his likeness in a little video that wasn't even and a little thing that wasn't even in the game. It was pathetic because it wasn't even in the game. I can maybe understand a little bit if it was in the game, but it wasn't even in the game. So yeah, and then Stop Killing Games sadly failed, and or not failed. I think it did fail, but it stopped, and people obviously saying that. Well, like he caused it. Now, I don't think people are saying he completely caused it, but he did play a part, a big part. It's sinful because he was the only, and then he's like on Twitch. Well, actually, people are saying, oh, it's all my fault. Nobody was saying it was entirely your fault, but people are saying that you did play a big part, which you did. You pretty much played a big part, even if it wasn't big. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty big part in, or a part in it, at least its downfall, because you were literally saying that you were going to go say to your friends, oh, yes, I'm not going to tell people not to support it. And they said, I made a video 10 months ago, and I think he made like four. He made like four. So, yeah. And also, by the way, that video was talking about that he done 10 months ago. He completely misunderstood the point of like Stop Killing Games. I'm pretty sure he said something like along the lines of like this is bad for a company or something like that. I'm pretty sure he said something like that. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Sorry if I'm getting it like wrong like that. But I do think that this is a big problem because this isn't just like a movement that like nobody cares about. This is a movement that is actually very important to preserving like games and also preserving rights. Because when people buy a game, they're buying it because they want to play it, and they have the hopefully they have the hope that they'll be able to play it in years and years to come. But if they don't have that little like thing, that sense of security where you've bought a game and you can play it whenever you want, that's bad. I'm sorry, that's just bad. The fact that he's basically saying that game companies should be able to pull the plug whenever they can for any reason is stupid. It's really stupid. I saw a comment mention that, like, what he's basically saying is that companies could be able to do that whatever time for any reason, and they shouldn't be able to. If people have bought a game and like playing a game and also genuinely want to play that game, they should be able to play that game if they've bought it, not that the companies could just pull the plug at any time. Like, it's pathetic. It honestly is. Like, he completely misunderstands the point, and then he's saying, "Oh, well, everybody's saying it's my fault," but it's nobody saying it's entirely your fault. But people are saying that you did play a part in it. Doesn't like you played a part in it? Doesn't matter which way you try and swing it. You played a part in it. That's just really ruffles my jammies because it's like it's an important movement that sadly, is gone. I'm pretty sure it's gone now. And it's not entirely Pilot Software's fault. He did play a part in doing it. It's really annoying. I'm sorry if I got some things wrong in this video. And if I did, I'm very sorry if I got things wrong in this video. But just so I end this video, my final thoughts are that Stop Killing Games was a really good movement, and I wished it succeeded, but I don't think it did, sadly. Then at least I don't think so. And also that Pilot Software is just a big target for the internet right now. And I think, I mean, like, I'm not gonna say like you do like I do highly think though that he was gonna get backlash. He was gonna get backlash, and I feel he did play a part in it. And he's acting like, oh, I didn't play like I didn't entirely cause it. Nobody was saying that. So yeah, that was just my thoughts. So if I got anything on